Hello. What's going on? Are we excited to check out... Oh, let me hop over here. The new K65 Plus keyboard. Gotta be honest, I am pretty excited about this keyboard. It's been a lot of fun to test out so far. And we're going to talk about that today. What's up? I'm Jordan, 9to5 Toys, run the YouTube side of things here. And yeah, this is our Tech Talk Tuesday. Today we're going to talk about the K65, the new keyboard from Corsair, but of course we can also touch on any other subjects, anything else you have questions about. So any reviews you've seen recently or anything you're looking for a sweet deal on something, let us know and we will look for it together. That's kind of the vibe with Tech Talk Tuesday. So this is, I'm going to turn this down a little bit, Corsair's brand new gaming focused keyboard. It's a 75%, as you can see, even though the name is K65 Plus, which is just kind of silly. It's like the K65 plus 10. Get it? Hey. Anywho, it's hot swap. Obviously it has RGB. It is wireless. We have Bluetooth and 2.4 gigahertz. So I'm using 2.4 right now. Over here on the other side, there's a little holder for the dongle, which is pretty sweet. It's a little bit easier to transport. And then there's a little switch to toggle between Windows and Mac. Make sure everything's sounding okay real quick. I think we're good. Another cool thing about that with the Windows and Mac mode is you can see the legends down here have things for both Windows and Mac. So it makes it pretty easy to hop back and forth between those. So price point on this is probably one of the most exciting things I think about it. I mean, it's still, it's $160, which obviously you can get a good keyboard for less than that. But for something that has hot swap, wireless, perky RGB, and also has a couple layers of sound dampening built into it and sounds pretty decent, like $160 isn't terrible. So, you know, when you compare it to something like the Razer Black Widow V4, which I think is $190, also 75%, or the keyboard I have up here, the Drop Sense 75, which the price is down now, but when this came out, it was like $300 or $350. Pretty wild. So, some really good things going on here. Hey, Goose, doing well. How are you? Good to see you. Yeah, so pretty exciting keyboard. You know, I like something like the design of the Drop Sense a little bit more. It's just a little more simple. As far as gaming keyboards go, I think Corsair has kept this pretty simple and sleek, but it still, you know, has some little things on it and accents that aren't necessary, that just make it, you know, feel a little bit more gamery. The shell, what they call it, polycarbonate, that seems to hide fingerprints pretty well, which is nice, but at the same time just doesn't feel like as high quality as something like the Drop. But like I said, the Drop was a lot more expensive than that when it came out. Looks like a Keychron keyboard. Yeah, they got that nice simple style as well. Yeah, it came with Corsairs with the MLX red linear switches, which are nice, but then at Goose's recommendation, I picked up some baby Kangaroo 2.0s to put in here, tactile, and really am enjoying these switches in this keyboard. I like the sound and feel a lot more than even this Drop with their Holy Panda switches in here, Panda X. So to me, that's pretty impressive. Once again, at the $100.60 price point from a big, you know, pre-built brand, Corsair. Really impressed with this keyboard so far. It's probably going to be replacing the Drop as my go-to. It would be interesting to try those, the hand-lubed Holy Pandas. I saw that Bad Seed was using those in his Corsair. It would be interesting to try those. And like I said, like when I got this keyboard, I loved it. I thought it was great, a good sound and feel. But I do think this one sounds and feels a little bit better. And so we can actually, let's see how this works. But I think I can get it so you can hear a little bit of it. It's not going to be the highest quality. Let me turn off the noise cancellation. Hey Gareth, how are you doing? Okay, so now it should be some raw audio coming through. Hopefully we can hear a little bit of it. I'm going to turn the mic down so it's facing the keyboard. I'm going to test a little bit here. Okay, yeah, you can hear that. So I do still have some of the stock red switches up here in the F key, so we can kind of hear how some of that sounds. And then I've got the baby kangaroos and pretty much everything else. So the kangaroos are louder. The red switches are pretty quiet. And like I said, like for this price, I'm just really impressed by how this thing sounds and feels. Here we can try the drop so you can hear a little bit how that sounds. So that's going between the baby kangaroos and the K65 and the pandas in the drop. Is the whole chassis plastic? I believe so. There is metal top plate, but I believe that everything with the chassis is plastic. It definitely feels like it. I could look at the spec sheet real quick here and see if they mention anything about that. Oh, for wireless connectivity. Oh, that's interesting. Yeah, would metal mess with that? But yeah, just say it again, really impressed with this keyboard for the price. And you know, wireless is kind of take it or leave it for me. Like it's not something I would typically look for in a keyboard. But at the same time, it can be nice to have. I know that's something that my wife enjoys with her keyboard. She likes being able to pull it a little bit further away from the desk when she's typing. And so that is something that some people look for. And having the ability to quickly swap between PC and Mac, I think makes wireless even more functional on this keyboard. So I really like how they implemented that. Keyboard's wireless and Bluetooth, just never use it. Yeah, I mean, I can't see many situations sitting here at my desk where I would really choose that over just leaving it plugged in. But like I said, I can understand other use cases because my wife enjoys that. She's using a Cooler Master we reviewed a while ago that had wireless, basically just because of the wireless. I mean, she liked the feel of that too, but she just wanted to be able to move it wherever she wanted it. So it'll be interesting. She might be very interested in this one after this review too, but I don't know if I want to give it up because I really like it too. Yeah, anybody have any questions about it? I mean, I can kind of go through. I'm still working on finishing up my review. I was sick last week and then out of town over the weekend, so kind of just behind on finishing up the actual review. I'm trying to think other notes I have in here that we could chat about. I have been having issues with IQ and getting everything to work on here. Oh, we did take it apart, and I do have video of that if you want to see anything. Let me hop over. Let's see here. get this lined up. So this is just unboxing a ton of foam, or perhaps silicone like the NK series. It has 2 layers. I was a little surprised, based on how it sounds and feels, I was a little surprised that there wasn't more in there. Like, I think they did a very good job of tuning it with the foam. So you can see here, it's very easy to get apart actually, which is really nice. There are, I don't know, 8 screws along the perimeter here that you take out. And then you can open it up. And then in the bottom is this silicone pad. Yep. Which this doesn't look like, you know, a whole lot. It's very, you know, specifically made for this keyboard. You can tell how it's molded in there. Everything fits in really well. Obviously it has the Corsair logo on it. We kind of pull that up here so you can get another idea of what that looks like. Yeah, you can see it has special ridging in there just to like perfectly sit in. And so that's one layer, and then the other layer, when we take off the face, you have to pull off the little knob to get the face off. It took me a second to get that. But here you can see the foam sandwiched in between the top plate and the PCB. And it's a pretty, like, there wasn't much give to it when I was pressing on it or like trying to squeeze it. So it's pretty dense, which must help absorb a lot of extra noise. But, you know, that's it as far as the foam and the silicone in the base. And then they do have, let's see if I can pull it off. Maybe they have added some extra little bits of foam in the space bar as well. And so that sounds, you know, pretty darn good, especially in comparison with other keyboards. Glad Corsair finally doing more with the keyboard. All my friends just default buy Corsair. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, with this and Razer with the Black Widow V4, like, it's just cool to see that bigger brands are taking notes from some of the things that enthusiasts really like and some of the different features that make them a better experience. Because I always go back to the Huntsman Mini and, like, you know, spec-wise add like the awesome optical switches and blah blah blah, small 60% form factor, but it was just terrible to type on because it was so light and so loud and pingy and rattly. So hopefully this direction of putting a little bit more into the experience of, you know, actually using the keyboard, hopefully we see more of that in the future from companies like this. I'm pretty excited about that. And I love 75%, so seeing more companies come out with these, I'm also really excited about that. So more options. Actually, there's another company releasing another 75% here pretty soon, so stay tuned to the channel for more information on that too. And it was not HyperX. It was someone else. Let me see if I can find that. Yeah, it's fun. It's fun to see. And the nice thing, like, you're right, it's not Logitech. Okay, I'm going to stop answering any questions about that because you'll be able to figure it out by, like, just knocking out some of the competition. What was I going to say? Oh, and, you know, also being someone who likes to, like, tinker with things a little bit, I just love that these are hot swap, you know? If you have it for 6 months or a year and you're bored with it and you want to try something else out, you can try some different switches in here. If you want to switch up the keycaps, you can get some different things on there. It's just really exciting to see. One thing, let me see if I can find the pictures of it. One thing I was surprised by, some of the media pictures, maybe that was just like a different region, but one of them had, it was like more of a kind of gold or copper color with the escape key and the wheel over here, the dial, which I thought looked really nice. I don't know, it'd be kind of nice to have some different options, I guess. Like the silver doesn't look terrible, but that kind of like coppery bronze kind of look really popped. It looked pretty sharp. So it'll also be interesting. I mean, if they come out with some different colorways for this too, it could be nice. We'll see. I think right now, at least, the only switches available are the red. They're linear. So obviously I like tactile, so it would be nice if we see a different option in the future. But we'll have to wait and see. I know, if I use this, my mouse and keyboard won't match anymore. But I honestly think I will be switching to this keyboard as my go-to, because I really like it. Let me look at... Oh, I kind of think I briefly mentioned it, but I was having trouble with IQ, and I think it's just, you know, brand new hardware issues where something's not working right in there. Like I'm having a hard time getting some of the colors to switch or even, you know, set up different hotkeys, but I do think that's just an IQ issue, because whenever I open up IQ, it says there's an issue with the macros. Like the macro module isn't integrating correctly, so that's something I gotta figure out on my end. Gotta build a red keyboard to pair with the... Nice, yeah. Or you just get the... what was it? All the phase red peripherals from SteelSeries. I gave some of those to my nephew, and he was very excited. Let's see. Let me go back through my notes here. If there's anything else we want to chat about on this. It's also nice. I mean, as a more gaming keyboard, like this does have the stepped feet back here. Oh shoot! I just deleted a bunch of my review accidentally. Okay, I think I got it all back. Oh, yeah, you're right. So it's got the steps on the back, whereas something like the drop doesn't have the different adjustable sizes for that. But yeah. That's the K65 Plus. Yeah, it's in there. So this is interesting. Like the legends are super sharp. Like some of the details on there are pretty crispy. But I watched Bad Seed's review of this morning, and he mentioned it, and now I can't unsee it. Some of them aren't centered. Like the K here is not perfectly in the middle. It's cheated off to the side a little bit. And then looking down, I don't know if this will show up. Like looking down the profile of it, some of the, like the F keys are at different heights for some, so it's just, I don't know, just a weird printing thing, I guess. But yeah, my first impression was like, it looks very clean, looks very sharp. When you get a little bit closer, things are just a little off. Just a little bit off, right? Yeah, that was interesting. But still, like, you know, I don't stare at my keyboard that often, so that's not something that I really notice. But I guess that's something where you maybe see like a little bit of the price point, you know, becoming, it's like, you know, something a little bit more affordable. Maybe they use a quicker way of manufacturing that. They are still PBT. I don't think they're double shot though. Let me pull one of these off. Let's get that K off. I also found this, these switches. Well, I guess I haven't tried it with the baby kangaroos, but with the stock reds, this is one of the easiest keyboards to pull the switches out that I've tried in a very long time. I think maybe it was the drop that they were super hard to get them out, but I feel like I've had some hot swap keyboards where it just takes a lot of work, or maybe it's, you know, this tool is better for gripping these, but it was a much easier process to change all these switches with this keyboard than what I've tried with some other keyboards in the past, which was a nice thing, because it can be a little tedious to, you know, swap all these switches out. So that was nice. You can quickly turn off the RGB with this little, there's a little like micro switch on the side. It feels really nice. You just quickly turn the RGB on and off. Nice little addition there. But yeah. Let's see here. Let's see if I can change up the color a little bit. So that's the type lighting. The RGB I think looks really sharp on here too. HB looks better than the Azoth. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it doesn't have any sort of border like the Drop or the Razer, I believe, also has the perimeter RGB. But as far as, you know, what's on here on the top, it's pretty sharp. It maybe looks a little bit brighter on camera than what it does in real life, or maybe that's just because it's directly overhead. But yeah, even with, I mean, I've got my studio light on, I've got another key light over here. It looks pretty decent. Well, you can also tell, you know, compared to the Drop, you can't really even see RGB's on this thing. You can barely see anything. It's pretty decent. And as far as battery life with that, Corsair claims like 260 hours with RGB off. I've had to charge it like every other day maybe, but it hasn't been anything too crazy. Like with the LEDs, with everything turned up as bright as possible. Obviously you could make it last a little bit longer if you wanted to turn it down, but with everything cranked up, I think I'm getting maybe 2 days. But yeah. Yeah, and that keyboard, the Azoth, that's pretty expensive, right? Let's see here. Let me look it up real quick. Yeah, $199 right now. Down from $250. Yeah. So yeah, $160 for the Corsair I think is a very competitive price point that I think is going to do very well for them. Yeah. Yeah, I hope to see some other stock switches available. And obviously I hope to get the IQ figured out a little bit better so it's a little more, it works a little bit easier. Hey, what's up, John? Way better than the K70 Pro. I think it costs the same. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I was really surprised when my contact at Corsair reached out like, hey, we have this new keyboard coming out, 75% wireless, all this stuff. I was like, oh gosh, what's the price of this going to be? And then he sent me the price point. He's like, yeah, we're trying to keep it around 160. I was like, oh wow, that's actually a lot better than what I thought it was going to be. Because, you know, judging by like the Razer, the Black Widow V4, not wireless, but coming in at 190 for a similar thing. That was pretty impressed that they were able to keep the price down to what they did. Yeah, Goose was mentioning in the Discord. Oh, by the way, we have a Discord now. If anybody wants to join, there is a link in the description, in the video description, if you want to join that. Chat with us over there. But was mentioning that don't quite understand their naming convention for all this stuff, because the 65 is a 70%. The K70 is a 60%. It's just feels a little all over the place. And what was I looking at? They try to kind of break it up a little bit here. If you go to just like their gaming keyboards, we'll talk about the 55 series, which is their membrane. I feel like that makes a little bit more sense. But then the 65 is for small form factor enthusiasts with a 65% and a 60. And then the K70 series is for performance gaming, but also has a 60%. It's just kind of all over the place. Yeah, the K100s just like always have everything. Yeah, I think that's probably it. You know, if you're looking at some of these, like the 65, I guess it doesn't have as many things. It doesn't have a palm rest. But like, I don't know. Still, it just seems a little all over the place. Like the name doesn't necessarily relate exactly to what the layout is, which is what a lot of companies do. But either way, I mean, I'm very excited about this keyboard. You've been wanting one? Nice, yeah. Like I said, I mean, I think this is going to be what's going to be living on my desk for the foreseeable future. I still have yet to try the Razer, the Black Widow V4, but I enjoy the Corsair more than the Drop Sun 75. So, probably using this quite a bit more. And so I put some aftermarket tactile switches in here, which of course changes it up. You already ordered it? Nice. That's awesome. But even the stock linear switches in here I think are pretty darn good. I forget, does the Razer come with different switch options? Black Widow V4. I have not put the baby kangaroos in the drop yet. No, I should try that too. Wait, that's not the one I want. This one does come with a wrist rest, which is nice. But I don't see any option for... Oh, it comes with tactile. I don't see any other options for any other switches. Interesting. Gotcha. Their stock is always tactile. You tried them, it's not bad, but you didn't like them. Yeah. What, do you have tactile switches in your keyboard, Goose? Are you using the baby pandas? Or baby kangaroos? Oh. I was actually surprised. It was very easy to get those too. I just ordered them on Amazon and got them, I think, the next day. Pretty crazy. It was nice. Gotcha. Nice. Yeah. HyperX dropping to 75 soon. That's what Goose was saying, that they saw something about that. I have not seen that, but I would like to see that. I was a huge fan of the Alloy Origins 65. It was on Twitter, that was it. They announced at CES. Let's see here. Yeah, I think CES, yep. Consumer Electronics Show. Oh my gosh, that would be awesome. Seriously, that here, I'm gonna go get it. That's 65 with the aqua switches. Love that key. Never mind, I don't remember where I put it. Don't remember where I put that keyboard. I used to have it sitting. In my little unboxing desk over there. But if it'd be affordable too, yeah. Yeah, that would be very exciting if they did that. I'd be super happy about that. I'm just Googling real quick here, looking around a little bit. Well, Digital Trends did something about it. HyperX Alloy Rise range. Hot swappable switches, yep. Didn't necessarily say like if they're HyperX's switches. Gasket mount, always good. Yeah, that'll be really interesting to try that out. Oh, they're saying 170 bucks here. So, similar, competitive to Corsair. But, you know, if wireless is a big draw for you, that'd be a big price or a big difference there. So, yeah, hopefully get our hands on that. I don't know. Did they say anything about release date for that? I don't think that article does, so we'll have to see. But very cool, very cool. We like to see it. Yeah, there's a little bit in there about customization, so it'll be kind of fun to see what you can do. Spring this year, nice. More keyboards. Like I said, we have another keyboard from another company, another 75% that I think is announced maybe tomorrow. Check my notes again for that. Yeah. Where was there? Note on that. Give me 1 second here. We'll look this up. I think, yeah, I'll have to find the exact time, but I believe it gets announced tomorrow. So that will be interesting to check out. $179 fully built. Yeah, I feel like they really dropped the price, right? After everybody was pooping on it. But yeah, I think they really dropped the price on that. So it was what, $3 or $350? Pretty crazy. Pretty crazy. All right, well, cool. Any other thoughts on the K65 Plus? So I got my video of taking it apart here. I have to take it apart again because I forgot to put in, there's a little foam piece that separates these lights over here, and I think I forgot to put that back in. So the light is kind of like bleeding through to some of the other lights in there. K65 plus 10. Have a high polling rate. I think it's just 1,000. I don't think it's anything crazy. Let me see here. See if I can find my notes. Downloads. What kind of switches it uses? It comes with, hello Apex. It comes with Corsair's own MLX red linear. I put some Gateron baby kangaroos in here, is what I'm using now. John says it's 1,000 for the polling rate. HyperX will have 8,000. Yeah. I mean, it'll be interesting to see if that's something Corsair updates or upgrades in the future. Like, I feel like they've done that with some of their other keyboards where they basically have a firmware update that increases the polling rate. So it'll be interesting to see if they ever change that. But yes, as of right now, 1,000. Don't really tell the difference, to be honest. Yeah, I can't say that that's ever, made me perform. Like, the only reason you would really be interested in that is gaming, right? I don't think that I've ever had a situation where I felt like I've performed better with a higher polling rate personally. But I'm also not on like the top tier. I'm not, trying to get every single little advantage that I can. So maybe if I was a super competitive Apex Legends or, COD player, but that's not me. I casually play Battlefield 2042. Fear Corsair made a big deal for a lot of their keyboards. Yeah. Right, yeah. Everything's on here. High polling rate on your mouse. Hey, what's up, Chris? Yeah, I'm trying to even think, what do I even have my... Death Adder at right now? Wireless. So, oh yeah, it's limited to 1000. I don't have the hyper pulling dongle. I do like this keyboard. I do like this keyboard. It'll probably be replacing the DropSense 75 as like my main keyboard here at my desk. I really like it. It sounds and feels better than the Drop X. I did put some different switches in it. I have the baby kangaroos, so a tactile in here that I really like. And yeah, I think it sounds better and feels better than something like the Sense 75. To be honest, I even use a controller sometimes for the rumble vibrate feature. Yep. The beauty of the keyboard. Yeah. Yeah, I think it, like, I prefer the design of the Sense more. Like, this caters more towards like custom, like very clean. I feel like the Corsair's a little bit, it's, you know, it's a gaming keyboard. It kind of edges more towards the gaming aesthetic for me personally. But it's not terrible. And yes, the pricing is incredible. Absolutely. You're getting a ton of features. Like it does everything very, very well for that price, I feel like. Very, very well. We were mentioning it earlier. Some of the legends on the keycaps appear to be maybe subpar, like kind of off-placed a little bit. But other than that, like, the legends are still extremely sharp, but there's just some weird things where things seem a little off-center on some of the keys. But otherwise, yeah, typing experience is great. Love how they sound. I talked about this a little bit, but like the actual hot swap experience and getting switches out of here and putting a new one in it was one of the most seamless ones that I've done that I can remember. Very easy to get switches in and out, which sometimes it's not an easy thing to do. I don't know. Maybe that's just me, but I've had some keyboards where I have to really struggle to pull it out. And this was very easy to pull out all the switches and put the new ones in. GMKs have a crooked spacebar. Oh no. But yeah, TLDR, I really enjoy this keyboard. It's gonna be my new favy. Yeah. Any other questions about it? Go back through my notes again, see if I missed anything. Like I said, still working on this review. I was sick last week and out of town this weekend, so just a little bit behind. But also let me know if you have any questions that you'd like me to answer for the full review. Right now, I don't plan on changing the caps, no. But, I mean, that's kind of a nice thing about keyboards like this is you can change up the switches if you want, if you get bored with them or, you know, want to try something different, and you can change up the caps and swap them out. So it's exciting that they're just different possibilities for what you can do these days. But yeah, no current plans to change those. Let's see here. Yeah, I think we covered everything that I talked about. Most of what I've covered in my review, in all my notes. I don't think there's anything else. Current keyboard is a Dark Matter Collider TKL. Cherry MX Reds. Heavy unit, literally, yeah. I like a heavy keyboard. Like, the drop is very, pretty substantial. It's got a nice bit of weight to it, which Doesn't always mean that it's a higher quality, but it just makes it feel a higher quality. Like that's why the Razer Huntsman Mini just feels terrible, is because it's so light for its price point. Can knock someone out with those. Yeah, someone's breaking into your house, use it as a weapon. Absolutely. I haven't tried any of the dark matter peripherals. We'll try that sometime. Yeah, I think we're gonna start wrapping up here, but if you have any last minute questions, let me know. Once again, join the Discord if you want to. Links in the description. It's for all of 9 to 5, and so you can choose your interests. You know, if you're interested in 9 to 5 Mac or 9 to 5 toys or Space Explored, those might be the only channels that are on there right now, but basically you can just cater your experience to, you know, whatever you want to be actually interacting with. So it's pretty basic right now, but we're going to be building it out with more features as people request them, and it's a great way to kind of I was thinking about my wife making sourdough and using her sourdough discard. Yeah. So yeah, if you want to get more involved with the community and chat more, obviously I'll be involved there, and you can ask me questions or ask each other questions. Post up, you know, your setups in the forum if you want, and we can all talk about them and check them out. But yeah, it'll be fun. Seth Kirk from Space Explored's been doing a lot of behind the scenes work getting all that set up, so very appreciative of him doing that. Yeah, we're gonna start wrapping up here. I think at this point, let me check my calendar. I think I'm still planning to do a Forza live stream tomorrow night, so we'll be over on the sim rig probably around 8:15, I would guess. Check the Discord and we'll talk about that. Need more people in the Toys Discord. It is pretty quiet right now. It is pretty quiet. Need some more people in there. And it also has a feed for, obviously, 9 to 5 Toys, the website, with deals. And so, great place to just quickly pop in there and see, you know, what deals we've been featuring lately, and if you're looking for something good. So, gonna be a fun time building out that community and getting more things involved in there. So, yeah. All right, I think we're gonna wrap it up. Last call. Questions, comments, concerns, criticisms. Yes, Chris, there is a Discord. It is official. You can check it out in there's a link in the, it's very new, in the description of this video. There's also over on our community page on YouTube, I believe. I have a link to it. So those are two places you can find it. Either description of this video or community page on our YouTube channel. No 2042 today? No, not today. Nope. Kids are about to get home from school, and I was gone all weekend, so I want to see them and spend some time with them. So, no 2042 today. I need to figure out like another time to just hop on and just do that. I don't know. We'll think about that. See what I can fit into my schedule for that. But yes, Discord, get on there. Tomorrow night, 8 Eastern, playing some Forza on the sim rig. Join us there. And yeah. And then we'll be live again next week. We're going to Tech Talk Tuesday. Hopefully the review for this K65 Plus will go out in the meantime before next week. And we'll have another keyboard to talk about next week as well. So stay tuned. Get subscribed. Awesome. We got more people. Thanks for joining. All right, everyone. Well, thanks for hanging out. Hope you have a great rest of your day. Like I said, I'll see you on Discord, or I'll see you tomorrow night, or we'll see you next week for the next Tech Talk Tuesday. But yeah, take care, everybody. Have a good Tuesday, and we'll see you later. Bye.